We're live. Guys, I'm very excited about this one today. Tonight I have a couple of very special ladies. The Fishanistas are a very cool organization. I like people who promote the sport of fishing. And these two ladies really do a lot for the fishing industry as a whole. And by the way, welcome to the Let's Talk Fishing podcast. My name is Jay Angel, and I'm going to be the host of these festivities this evening. I have on my left, Rita Ware. I got your name right this time. And Jeanine Tipler.
Yeah.
I got both of your names right.
Yes.
Whew, at least I got that right tonight.
You got it.
You're good, Jay. It's all good.
Without further ado, Jeanine would like to take 2 minutes to tell you something.
Well, this is Black History Month, the month of February, and yes, we are celebrating it. And a lot of people don't know that there are so many trailblazing African-American women who have been tournament fishers, have made it to the FLW. Sabrina Thompson is one that is a phenomenal angler, and she started when her son passed. She had nothing else to do. She was in mourning, and she ended up becoming a tournament angler, buying a boat, getting on the water. And this is something that is so important to me because the recognition and the things and the contributions that African-American women have made to the sport, it's overlooked. It's absolutely overlooked. I want to celebrate my grandmother is number one. She's the one that taught my uncle to fish, and he in turn took me and my brother, since we didn't have our father in the home. My Uncle John took us fishing every single Saturday because of my grandmother. So happy Black History Month. Please stay tuned into Fishanistas because at the end of the month, we're going to do 3 interviews with 3 trailblazing women to talk to them about how they got started, who influenced them. So please just stay tuned.
And speaking of that, speaking of contributing to the sport of fishing as a whole, tell us, what is Fishanistas and what do they do for the sport of fishing as a whole?
Well, Fishanistas, number one, is the most diverse women's fishing group in the world. We have women of every race, creed, color, ethnic background. We are a group that supports women. We are unified by the water. The water and fishing is what brings us together. We don't talk about color and see that. All we see and all we feel is the breeze off the water. Mm-hmm. We're able to sit, fellowship. We eat, pray, fish. Mm-hmm. That's what we do.
And we're literally global. We are global. We have members from Colombia, Puerto Rico, Mexico. I mean, we have members from all over the globe. India, Pakistan. We have everybody, and they're just the best people. Like, we have one of the best groups ever because I mean, the support that they show us is amazing, and we love our community. We do.
You know, one thing I was very impressed with when I was talking to you two before this podcast is you're going to do a camp, and what you're going to push is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, which is known as STEM. Mm-hmm. As a scientist myself, I just think that is so cool. Now, my love of science came out of my love for fishing. Of course, that's why I went into geology, because that has so much to do with fishing. But anyways, aside from that, somebody else is coming on here.
Taylor.
Y'all know Taylor?
Yes.
Yes. She's one of the Fishanista echoes.
Hey, Taylor.
Okay.
Oh, hi.
Welcome.
I wanted to make sure that you guys knew her because people have done this before. And a person comes up and, oh gosh, get her off. You know.
No. Taylor is our admin.
I just wanted to make sure they knew you.
Yes, she
Yes.
is one of the most essential parts of Fishanistas. She keeps us rolling.
Yes. Very much.
Well, welcome, Taylor.
I have yet to meet you.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, I'll get you back.
There she is.
I'll get her back. She's back.
I'm back.
Hey.
Woo. You're back. Glad you're back.
But I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you yet. What is your name?
Yeah. My name is Jay
Jay.
Angel.
Oh, okay, nice to meet you.
Yeah, you probably heard
Nice
us
to meet
talk
you
about
too.
him before and just
Probably.
didn't. Yeah, because we talk about him quite often. So, in a good way,
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
of course.
So we were told you guys were about ready to tell us about the science, technology, and engineering camp.
Yes, STEM, the STEM camp that we're planning in the month of July. What we're wanting to do is take elementary and school age kids and get them more involved into STEM. We want to go ahead and teach them the fishing, the biology of the fish, all of that. Where for me, if I could have been a marine biologist, I promise you I would have. I promise you, I absolutely would have. But I didn't have that push, or we didn't have STEM back then. But the
didn't.
girls now, they actually have an opportunity to do so much, whether it's in conservation, whether it's in marine biology, whether it's in engineering. It's so wide open for these young girls, and I just want to be able to give them that opportunity to step into it.
And if you could do
Yes.
that with against the backdrop of fishing, wow,
Yes.
that is innovative. I love that.
But that's where it begins, because you have to, with fishing, you have to understand the water temperature. You have to understand everything that lives in the water. You have to understand what fish, the depth. Everything is mathematical. Everything is, it's all STEM
it's all
when it comes to fishing.
ecology, biology, thermodynamics.
It
I mean,
really is. It really is. And the girls would be able to pick and choose what they wanted to do, whether it is the conservation piece of it, or if they really wanted to, explore the abyss.
we have a couple of comments I'd like to catch up on here. First one is from International Freshwater Fishing Hall of Famer Jim Grant, and he just wants to congratulate you guys. He said, "Congratulations on your hard work and vision."
Thank you.
Thank you so
very
much.
much.
Talk about innovation. Jim Grant makes some of the best rods in the world, and those are the only rods I use anymore.
Well, Jim Grant, I sure hope you're going to be at the Houston Fishing Show this weekend.
Yes.
Actually, I think he's going to be at the Indianapolis Fishing Show this weekend, but
Is he?
he is going to be at a fishing
Okay.
show this weekend. He spends his life on the road this time of the year. We also have Clint McClinton, who's a Facebook Live guy and a great fisherman. He says, "Jay, me and Big Rob will be thinking of you this weekend. We'll be at the Great American Outdoor Show in Oaks, Pennsylvania." That's my buddy Clint McClinton and Rob Zorn.
Nice.
Two very good
Nice.
friends of mine. And yeah, so we're getting a lot of, Gary Bourne said, awesome. We're getting a lot of feedback already. Cajun Rob says, great guests. Cajun Rob's from my area, so.
Thank you, Cajun Rob.
Thank
I
you.
can kind of tell with the Cajun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is just like Jim Grant says, your hard work and vision. That is vision. Trying to get kids at a young age involved not only in fishing but in academics. STEM is hardcore academics. That's hardcore academics.
When you can make it fun for the kids, it's not. It doesn't seem as hard, because it's something that they can actually. It's tangible. It's tangible to them. They can touch it. They can feel it. They can smell it. They understand more.
That was my problem with mathematics at first. Mathematics just seems like an abstract concept. It was
Yeah.
so easy in grade school. Then when we got past the 6 times 6 equals 36, after we'd done that for the 16,000th time,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I was
started getting into this algebra stuff. Algebra just seemed abstract. Then we got into calculus, and calculus and physics was actually real world stuff. How fast are these two trains they're coming together? When are they going to hit? Ooh, that's
Right.
interesting.
right.
That's interesting. So Taylor, tell us about your
So, a little bit of backstory about how I got into Fishanistas is I was helping a close friend of Jeanine and ours with marketing, and Jeanine had came up to me. She was at the event, and I've heard a lot about her. And I've always wanted to meet her, but never had the opportunity to. But finally had the opportunity to meet her, and we kicked it off. Like, it was awesome. It was like best friends at first sight.
Yeah.
She was like, "I absolutely need your help in marketing. Like, I need you right now." And I was like, "Well, I'm your girl. Like, let's go. Let's do this." And ever since then, we've been close ever since. I do a lot of land-based shark fishing. So I do
She's quite good.
Absolutely.
chase reds. Those are
I
my
want to talk to you about that.
two major things I do. And I've
Let me ask you about that,
fishing for a long
Taylor. So do you stand in the water when you do this, or are you one of those people that has one of those 16-foot long rods and you catapult it out there?
So I've done it all. I've kayaked the bait out there. I've done wade fishing. I've done that stuff, but my preference is kayaking bait out and coming back and just sitting out and waiting.
The way I catch most sharks is I'm out there surf fishing in August, and I'm bringing in like an 18-inch speckled trout. One of those damn things steals my trout. I just want to shoot it. That's what Louisianans do. I mean, I'm from Louisiana, so we shoot everything.
Please
I love
no.
speckled trout. I love speckled trout, and anything that kills them makes me mad. but man, what was so cool last August, I had a big old trout that got bitten in half. I gave it to one of my friends. He walked it out there, catapulted that thing out, and he was walking back to the shore to set his rod in the sand spike, and he already had one. And it was a 5-footer, and there was 10 of us all in a line.
Oh my goodness.
And people think the sharks are just bloodthirsty man killers. They're not.
They're not.
I mean, if you antagonize them, if you catch a 10-foot tiger shark, and you're trying to take 10 of us all in a line. And you're trying,
I think
Well,
she had a little bit of background noise.
Yeah, she did. But anyways, sorry, I just got distracted by that. That was a great story.
No, not a problem. Not a problem.
That was a great story. You know what I want to hear about now? I want to hear about Rita's giant crappie.
Well, it was a typical day on the Coosa. So we were just out there. We were just throwing out crappie jigs, just throwing them out. It was kind of hard. It was kind of a hard catch kind of day, I guess. We were just really working it. And then all of a sudden, I got this big bite on this monkey milk crappie jig, right? And I was like, okay,
Monkey milk.
this is something really like different.
Monkey
This is
milk.
not a crappie. This is not a crappie. And when we got it closer to the boat and I realized what it was, I said, get the net, Lamar, get the net. And he's like, oh my God. So I saw the head and I was like, okay, what do I do with this? When we got it in the boat, when we got it in the boat, I was like, is this for real? Like,
Yeah.
I just kept staring at it because you don't see that up in,
No.
yeah. I literally,
On the Coosa, they're there. But good
yeah,
Lord.
they're there, but it's rare. It's I haven't heard of anybody else catch it. I mean, like there are other record holders before me, and probably some after me that I don't know about. But yeah, it was 3 pounds, 3.5 ounces, and I was so shocked. I was like, "There's no way! There is no way!" And so I went and I had it registered with the DNR in Murchie, Georgia, and they were like, "Yeah, this is a record." And I was like, "That's crazy! I've been fishing since
And
I
if
was
you
5
guys
years
doubt
old."
her, go to her Facebook.
Oh, I made
Go to
the
her
cover.
Facebook page, guys.
Yeah, I
The
made
reason
a
I'm
small
asking you
cover
is
picture on.
I saw a picture of this cover of
Yeah.
the magazine she was on, and I mean, she's holding up this crappie, and I'm like, "That's a crappie."
That's
Good
a crappie.
Lord, look at the
That's
size
a
of that
crappie.
thing.
He
No,
really was.
That's a crappie.
Dinner for me.
Yeah, he was a slab.
And you know what,
but
Leah? I have fished for crappies for 50 years. I have never caught one that big.
Really?
I'm not ashamed to
Wow.
admit that. Good job.
Well, hey.
Good job. No, that's like
Hey,
bigger than most states.
did you just say that
Right.
you've never caught a crappie?
No, he's caught them. He just never caught any that
Oh,
big.
never caught one that big. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what
I
he
got you. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I was
It's
like, now, Jay.
So
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was amazing, and I was in shock. And then come to find out, I wound up
Taylor's
on
back.
the cover of Georgia Outdoor News, and that was shocking. And they also
we're back.
pictured me in there, had a picture of me with the fish, and I was like, wow. I had no idea how much it would be, but I was very humbled and thankful for the experience. Yeah. Very
Awesome.
honored that they even put me a little picture on the cover. I'm like, I'll take it. I'll take it.
And that's how I met you, is when I saw your post.
That's
when I
right.
saw the post, I remember I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I just wanted
Yeah.
to reach out to her. I was like,
That's the
none
post that we met
other
on.
Fishanistas, could you please post this in our group? And we became inseparable. We've been inseparable ever since. But that's
Completely.
how that is exactly how I met you.
Yeah.
It's over coffee.
So it wasn't me, it was the crappie that brought you in.
It was the crappie that
So I reeled you in with the crappie. Is that what you're saying? Reeled you in.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Good times.
That was-
Good times.
You know, I mean, I'm not afraid to admit it. That was just a monster crappie. I've never caught one. I think 1.5 is the biggest one I've ever caught, but I've caught, thousands of crappies. I love the fish. Those were my daddy's best, my late dad's best, our favorite fish. So,
Mine
he
too.
taught me how to
They're
fish.
one of mine too.
Fish.
Yeah.
For crappies
For
first.
sure.
Then, of course, I wanted bigger fish, but man, those have just always been special because of that.
They are.
Always been
But
special.
crappie are very special. Yeah.
And it's a fish I'm not afraid to eat because they come in by the thousands,
Right.
and they also taste good.
They do
They
taste
taste
good.
amazing. And
They
it's
do
a
taste
So,
taste
Jeanine,
that- yes.
red fishing. How do you
Red
redfish? You redfish from boats. You redfish from the shore. You redfish
I
from
red-
kayaks.
I'm like Dr. Seuss. I will redfish here or there. I will redfish anywhere. Yeah,
I will
Yeah,
redfish in a house. I will redfish with a mouse.
in a box with a fox. I
Yeah.
will redfish anywhere. I wade fish. I fish from a boat. We fish the jetties. Anywhere I can catch a red, it's where I'll be. Yeah, Seawolf Park is really good for some nice reds. So yeah, piers.
We have a question from the audience. It's from Brenton Zitka.
Yes.
What was the length of that crappie you caught, Rita?
Oh my gosh. I want to say like 14 inches.
Oh, it's got to be
It
bigger
was
than 14.
I I don't know. I really, honestly, I cannot remember right now.
I'm gonna
My
say
husband would know. My husband
I'm gonna
remembers
say
everything.
18.
So it
But
was,
Brendan, we aren't sure.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I honestly can't remember right now. Maybe 15. I really can't remember.
I think
I
it
think
can't
I
be
was more
anything
focused
under.
on the weight than the length at the time, so that's probably why it's like, you know,
It's got to be at least 18 to be over 3 pounds. But
yeah.
so
I am
Jeanine,
not.
so you like? I'm sorry.
No, not a problem.
I rudely interrupted Jeanine. I'm sorry, Rita.
It is okay because I can talk about redfish anytime. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, I fish from piers. It doesn't matter. Wherever there's a redfish, there's Jeanine.
So do you like bait? Do you like lures?
Um, I have my best luck on fresh bait.
Okay.
Mullet, shad, shrimp. uh, but lures, I do okay. I'm not a pro with the lures. I haven't mastered that yet. But cut fresh bait, I'm good. I'm there.
You know, my favorite, how I've caught most of my really, really big reds have been with this. This is my live bait rig. Oh, good Lord, I have a mess of rods here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to separate them. Good Lord.
I can hear them. I hear the rattle.
It's just, this is just a cheap Shakespeare rod.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing wrong with Shakespeare rods. I like them.
Oh, I like your setup.
Mm-hmm.
You got the
And you can see this.
is that what the weight is?
Oh,
that a
good
leader
Lord, don't
that's
do this.
attached?
Looks like I'm coming back. And you're,
I see that. Okay, so he's got the two beads
Okay.
and then
Yeah, the two beats
Anyways,
usually it's
I have two of my
it's a
rods
leader that has all of it that's connected.
Yeah.
right here.
You
They're
just attach the leader. Yeah.
they're kind of tangled up right now because I had a heck of a mess last time I fished.
nice. It's a nice
Oh,
setup,
it's
Jay.
he said it was tangled.
These are the kind I like to use popping cork.
Yep. See, I use the popping cork when I fish for speckled trout. That is the best thing. The popping
Speckled
cork
trout?
is the best thing for the specks.
And you know,
Uh-huh.
you need to try something for those specs. These are
What
called,
is
I have
that?
a few of these. This is called the Mojo Shrimp. It's my favorite.
Mojo
It's my
Shrimp?
go-to spec.
I like
Yeah.
Mojo shrimp. That's cool.
Have you tried them?
No, I just like the name.
You know something, Jay? I have never heard of them.
Me either.
Okay, Gary said wintertime
MojoTackle.com.
deep hole fishing for bull reds is very fun and can really wear you out. You got that right. Gary. South Louisiana is crawling with giants. Yeah, and Gary, I hear that Louisiana has changed their daily bag limit. Am I correct, Gary?
Yeah, there's no more. You can't keep fish over 27 inches anymore. And I believe the
No more
limit
bull
is
reds
40.
for y'all.
Nope.
So y'all don't
But
even
you
get a tag. You don't even get a tag for it?
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
Gary was saying, yeah.
Our bag limits, they did change. We can still our daily bag limit is 3. We get 3.
3
We only get 1 bull red per year, and you have to
per
have
year.
your tag.
One per year?
Mhm.
1 per year. That sounds
One
like
per
an
year.
Alaska thing where you can only keep 5
Wow.
king salmon per year.
Yeah, but you used to here in Texas, you used to be able to once you turned your used
You know what?
tag that you caught a bull red, you could mail it in and get another one. But
You know,
Okay.
we
can't do
keep
that
more.
anymore.
We can keep more deer than we often keep bull reds. Do you realize that?
That's crazy. That's crazy. And our
You're from a,
speckled trout.
you're from a state that's like, oh, speckled trout. Those are
Oh my
beautiful. I
gosh.
love those fish.
Okay. And what is your bag limit? What is your bag
Okay,
limit?
so Gary Bourne Jr. just said slot limit for reds is 18 to 27 inches, and 4 with nothing over 27 inches. And also the guides, you cannot keep the guide's limit anymore. If you went out with a guide, you used to be able to keep his limit. You can't do that anymore.
Wow. Yeah, they've really cracked down. They've really cracked down on the redfish.
Actually, Gary, I'm working on getting one of our elected state representatives from Lafourche Parish on this podcast in 2 weeks to talk about that. So talk about the legislative process that they have to go through in order to change those rules. So tune in. That's going to be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
No. but so you like to use shrimp. Do you put the shrimp on the bottom, or do you put them on?
I hook through the tail through the bottom, and just
Okay. Do you use bottom rigs, or do you?
I use I'm usually using a leader, just one of the red leaders from Walmart.
Oh yeah, that's what this is.
Yeah, and a lot of times I have caught reds on my speckled trout rig.
Oh, of course.
They both like noise.
One of my favorite ways, one of the ways I catch most of my reds is when I'm on a boat. If the water's moving, I will cast my popping cork with a big old nasty piece of shrimp on it in a jig, and just let that go right up next to the shore and go down with the current. I mean, if there's specks out in the middle of the channel, the reds are patrolling the shorelines.
Yeah,
I mean, that's how I've caught my 45.
In that salt grass, that grass right on the shoreline.
I'll cast right up against that. That's why I like to use the popping cork, because then it will stay right next to the shoreline and just hold on, man. Because when you hook into that red right next to that, you have to pull him away. I don't care if he weighs 30 pounds. You better get him away from that grass if you want to get him back, because you're not.
Right.
And most charter boat captains, they're not going close to that.
Jeff Quinn said, come to Michigan. They got hogs, I guess. The sea trout. Is that what you're talking about, Jeff?
No. He's talking about Michigan that they have. I lived in Michigan 3 different times. I was, when I was in the service. I lived in 2 different places. Man, they have salmon there. That's all freshwater. They have salmon. They have salmon. They have steelhead trout. They have all kinds of different trout. They have muskies. They have sturgeon.
And see,
anything,
all of those are on my list. When we went to Alaska, we were able to catch the kings, the pinks, kings and pinks, and the silvers. Kings, pinks, and silvers.
I lived in Alaska for a couple years. So yeah, I would have 2 weeks off, and I bought myself an RV, and during those 2 weeks I just go down the Kenai Peninsula and just fish every 5 miles. There's a place I could camp.
Kenai is where it's at, man. The Kenai River and
it's green.
God.
I couldn't imagine fishing in Alaska. I mean, I can, but I just can't imagine.
I wish I could share my screen. Rita, it is a magical place. It is truly the last frontier. We actually, when we were in the drift boats, about the drift boats, Jay.
Oh yeah, I got drift boats. Lots of drift boats.
Yes, we were able to watch a moose and its calf cross the river. I've never been so close.
Wow.
To a moose. I was just in awe. I'm telling you, if you haven't been to Alaska, you need to go. You need to go.
I don't know if I would be sightseeing or if I would be fishing more. I really don't, because Alaska has always been
Let me
somewhere
tell
I
you the
wanted to
reality
go.
of Alaska. The fishing starts in late June, and it's over by September.
Oh,
The rest of the year, it's locked up in 5 foot of ice.
wow.
5 foot of ice. And I'm from the Northland. And on about April, I would start to get real antsy. It's time to go fishing, time to go fishing, time to go fishing. Oh, my friend, when can I go fishing? And they're like, well, the salmon will start coming in. Then the trout get real active when the salmon are in. And I'm like, so I get to, man, down here, I fish 12 months out of the year. Here, Taylor's back.
Taylor's here.
Hi.
Come on.
Technical difficulties.
Welcome back.
It's all right, honey.
Well,
Yeah,
I've had
we all
difficulties
have it.
too. So you were telling us about shore sharking.
Yes.
Shore sharking. So what do you use for bait?
It depends. I've used all kind of stuff from mullet to stingray to drum. I've used all kind of stuff.
So whatever you can catch, you go out there cast netting to catch your bait.
Between cast netting and then my son normally goes out fishing for smaller fish, and then we just put them on the hook and send them.
Wow. So, oh no, we lost Jeanine now. We gained Taylor and we lost Jeanine. This has been nonstop drama. Nonstop drama. that is
My laptop is about to die.
man.
Give me 1 second. 1 second, y'all.
Technical drama going on.
So, well, this is just podcasting in the real world. I don't have $1 million set up, so actually, I don't have $1,000 set up. Well, anyways, moving on. So you catch your bait, you put it on a big old hook, and you send it out there with a kayak.
Yeah, and with that, I've tried all methods. I've tried the jet ski. I've tried the RC boat. I've tried the drones. I've tried.
Drones, okay.
I've tried it all. The best way is honestly by kayak.
Nice. Okay.
I mean,
So
I love a
what do you-
drone, but the drones, they malfunction. I mean, it's technology. So
Yeah, malfunction like we've had tonight. Yes.
Yes.
yeah. So if you're willing, like I dropped $3,000 on a drone, and for it to turn around malfunction the second day we had it, and it crashed into the water, and I lost that $3,000.
Oh,
Your drone
gosh.
cost more than my car.
Oh my God.
I
That would
mean,
be sick.
And then like the jet ski was amazing. Got it out there quickly. The loading and unloading, it was not fun. And then like depending on where you're at, like you got shells in the water that are floating.
That's right.
And it gets clogged up in the jet ski, and then you have jet ski malfunctions, and the best way is kayak.
Okay, so you hook into a shark. Have you ever caught a tiger shark or anything really big?
No, I've caught lemon sharks. I've caught black tips.
Yeah, black tips. That's what we catch.
Black tips are the main one that I've caught.
I'm sorry. I got to see, Robert and
Yay.
Shay Hobson. They are, I'm sorry, y'all. Robert and Shay are
Amazing.
You may want to talk to them because they are in the Chicagoland area, and they catch
Oh, really? That's where I'm from.
they
Yeah.
catch carp. When I tell you these are some diehard fisher people, love y'all. Yes, please come visit me in Texas this year. Yes, we will meet. Yes, we will absolutely meet. I'll take y'all everywhere you want to go, Robert and Shay.
Robert, that's where I'm from, is the Chicagoland area. So yeah, ma'am.
Awesome.
Right up there. So yeah, I did a lot of fishing. I did a lot of fishing in in northern Illinois. Lots of fishing. But okay, I want to hear more about this, more about these sharks. So when you hook into a 5-foot shark, man, I've been around. When I think I have a shark in the line, I grab my line, and snap. See, wouldn't want to be.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
No,
but
Jay.
so when you get that in, how do you take the hook out?
So there's these long, I don't even know what they're called, to be honest. It's like a T. It's got a handle, and then it goes down, and it's got this like metal thing that's
Like
shaped.
the catfish, it's just a hook remover. It's just a giant one for the shark. Stick it in, twist it,
Yeah,
and it comes right out.
But their skin's made out of something that's even more difficult to cut than leather. So you.
And honestly, those hook removers, it's a hit or miss if you can get it to work and get the shark to do what it's supposed to do
I've seen
while
guys
you're doing
put those
what
things
you're
on and
supposed to
go.
do. So sometimes you just have to get in there by hand and remove
Yeah,
that.
because
Oh, wow.
What I did with things like muskies up north, if I couldn't get it on, I have a pair of bolt cutters, small ones that are handheld, and put it in there.
That's a good idea.
As close to the bend as I can. And of course, you all use gosh, I think even this is very small for a shark hook. This is the biggest thing I would ever use. But of course I don't fish for catfish. Sorry, Rita.
wait a minute, Elijah Pally said that's why
okay. I'll fish for catfish enough for us.
Yeah,
That's okay.
yeah. Elijah likes to fish for bass, where you can stick your hand in their mouth and force that hook out.
Come on, Elijah. Wait a minute. You got to up your game this year. Come on,
I still have
and catch
scars.
some of these spinners.
I remember the first time I stuck my hand in a red's mouth. I didn't think I was going to get it back. But I've never. I actually saw a couple guys on a bridge that they caught about an 18-inch long shark, and they were sitting there with their hand really close. I didn't. No! Don't ever put your hand close to a shark's mouth. Didn't you watch Jaws?
Right.
Those things. Gary, I know I'm freezing up all the time. It's raining here.
All right, Jay. Just keep on talking. I hear you.
Talking about a fish that won't let go is like, I don't like using lip grippers or gloves when I'm catching catfish. And I don't know why. I guess I feel like I have a better handle. But I mean, I have left the water up in the Tennessee River with just marks all over my hands because I have these blue cats and they just clamp down and they will not let go. Like you're like, okay, you can let go now, you're free, but it don't want to be free. It just clamps down. But it's also an amazing feeling too. Like, I don't know, maybe I like the pain. I don't know. But
I caught a huge blue cat when I was trolling for hybrid stripers in the lake, and I was with one of my really good friends. I mean, this thing was just an enormous blue cat, and it had all my lines. We had 6 lines out. We were trolling.
Oh,
and
yeah.
All my lines tangled up. So I got it in. I netted it, and I threw it down. I'm trying to get my lines back so we can fish. It's starting to get dark. And my friend looks at me and goes, "How do I take this off? I've never caught a catfish." I said, "Just lip them, just like you would a bass." And man, I went out there and I'm starting cutting lines. I turned around and this guy, tears running down his. And I looked at him, "What's wrong, man?" He goes, "Why would you tell me to stick my hand in a blue cat's mouth?" And I'm like, "You did it?"
It's not for the faint of
How
heart.
long have you hung out with me?
Jay, you told him to.
How long have you hung out with me? Don't you know I'm a BSer?
Yeah. My favorite thing
okay. I
is
want this.
when people are like, "Oh my
Gary
God, it's
Bourne
going to
just
bite me." Yeah, it's going to clamp down and it's probably going to hurt. But
Gary Bourne just
think about
reminded
the
me that
adrenaline of holding
thin
that.
line fishing.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Catfishing is just an adrenaline rush for me. That is my favorite fish to target. And then crappie.
I can't, man. If you enjoy catfishing, that's cool. Okay, I think Taylor's coming back. But anyways, Gary Bourne just told me that the thin line fishing is going to be on Chico Lake this weekend, and they're going to catch a 10-pounder for the tournament. The Chico Lake is about 3 hours from my house, and It's famous for 5 to 10 pound largemouth bass. So check that out,
Wow.
guys. Thin line fishing.
Okay.
They're
Nice.
having a tournament out there.
Okay, so Chico Lake
Thin line
is
fishing
freshwater.
benefits veterans, just like you guys benefit women in fishing.
That's
Gotcha.
wonderful.
And me being a veteran myself, that's close to my heart. If you're going to benefit veterans,
Me too. Me too.
a lot of veterans have really been through a lot.
I wear this every day.
And thank
And
you, Jay,
it's-
for your service. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you, Jay. I wear this every day. 22 a day.
And just like Taylor
Veterans.
says, you got to love that technology when it works.
Thank you for your service, Jay.
Bless his heart. He's having
Oh my gosh.
rain.
The
Yep.
storms
He-
there
it's
are
stormy where he
crazy.
is.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you got to know that,
Yeah.
you got
It's rough
guys
out
from
there.
18 to
in
22
Louisiana.
years old, you send them off to fight. And they're not boxing,
No,
Yeah, that's
not at all.
tough.
Mm.
But oh, good Lord. Well,
Wow. Bless his heart.
thank you, Gary.
They must really be getting it.
Okay, it's 40
Yeah.
after the hour. If you guys can hear me, can you hear me?
Yes,
We can-
and we can
We can
see
hear
you.
you. Yes.
Can you guys hear me?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes.
let's do shout outs. Starting with Rita, going to Jeanine, then to Taylor. Shout outs, which are thank yous to.
Well, shout outs to
Okay, Rita, do you have any shout outs you'd like to do? Any thank yous to any companies, individuals, organizations?
thank you to Abby Garcia. They've really been supportive. Thank you to Mercury. They have been super supportive of our group. And just thank you to every company from ICAST that we connected with that, wanted to collaborate with us or get with us on projects or whatever it may be. Just a big shout out to everyone in the fishing industry. Thank you.
My
And we
turn.
lost Taylor. Damn it.
No, Taylor's still here.
I'm here. I'm just like a little bitty half box. That's
Are you ready for my shout out?
Okay, how about you, Jeanine? Do you have any shout outs you'd like to do?
Yes, I do.
Of course.
I'd like to, yes, I do. I'd like to shout out to Packback. Packback, they have partnered with us, given us this tremendous cooler. If you don't know who Packback is, please look them up. Brian McKinnon is an awesome, he is the founder of Packback. The cooler has a food sealer, 3 compartments. It is a phenomenal cooler. Very, very worth the money. Handy Bonk sent us nets, and with Handy Bonk, you can remove the handle and use it as the bonk for halibut, for the bigger fish that you need to keep that locked in the boat. But Handy Bonk and Proficiency is going to be one of our partners for the girls camp for STEM. Proficiency have these really wild color fishing reels. If you haven't seen any of the Proficiency rods and reels, please go look them up. They are awesome. So they're going to be partnering with us for the STEM camp.
Well, darn, we lost Taylor again. We're going to hear her shout outs. You know what?
It's crazy
guys,
weather.
Here she comes back.
It's the crazy weather. Everything's messed up.
Hey, Taylor.
Hey!
I'm back.
Oh,
You're back
Gary
just
said
in
he
time.
has 2 Proficiency rods. Way to go, Gary. Yes.
Yes.
Taylor, do you have any shout outs you'd like to do? Any thank yous to any companies, organizations, or people?
Honestly, the only thing I could really think of is the Texas Parks and Wildlife for helping us out so much,
Oh,
and
yes.
being
Absolutely.
able to get the stuff we need to be able to do events and things too.
Texas Parks and Wildlife has their stuff together. I love them. They have the Share Lunker program, and that's the reason that people get 14-pound largemouth bass.
Wow.
Yes.
Now,
I
have
think I
told
would
that-
fall over.
man,
If I caught a 14-pound largemouth, I would fall out like right there by the
Just
fish.
like I
We'd
told
both be
you,
flopping on the ground. It would be over.
I am a,
I'm like,
I am
I'm
a
running
good
to
bass
somebody's
fisherman.
tournament to try to weigh it in.
I'm a good bass fisherman. I've actually taken home checks in the Bass Fishing League. My biggest bass
Wow.
ever was 70 pounds. So the deals don't get that big up north, but my goodness, man, Texas has its stuff together, just like Taylor said, and they help out organizations like yours.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah. I would love to live in Texas, but my job's here. So,
Yeah,
Well,
right.
you're right on the border.
so you guys, thank you so much for taking your time in your busy schedule to come and talk to the people here on the Let's Talk Fishing podcast. I really appreciate what you do for the fishing world as a whole. It's people like you who make the fishing industry what it is today, and that's why I promote organizations like yours. I
And
want to create.
appreciate it. We absolutely appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you,
for
Jay.
having us
Thank
on,
you so
Jay.
much.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
From the
We are
bottom
so
of my heart.
honored.
This is the fishing world I want, and that's why I
Yes.
promote organizations like yours.
Totally.
People, friendly people who help people. That's, and Gary just said thanks y'all for what you do. Keep on trucking.
Oh, thank you, Gary.
And yes, and just one little caveat. If anyone needs to get a hold of us, want to donate time, money, talent, please, you can reach out to us. You can send us an email at info@fishanistas.com. You can visit our website at www.fishanistas.com. It's right down at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right there on the bottom
And
left.
also you can even message us in the group. You can send any of us, me, Taylor, Jeanine, a message to get in touch with us, and we will definitely respond. So we're here. We're here.
Well, thank you very much. With that, it's 47 after the hour. I'm going to end the podcast now, guys. It's Wednesday. And if you look down south, and even if you live up north, go ice fishing, man. Remember that in your last days, you're not gonna sit there and talk about what a great time you had watching the stupid television. You're gonna,
That's
and
right.
fishing is more than just fishing, guys. Fishing is more than just fishing. It's about the relationships you make. Well,
Yes.
3-4 hour car rides to get there, all the time on the water, the experience with the cool people you get to go fishing with.
Yes.
And that's why I'm a
Yes,
podcaster, because I get to meet cool people like y'all. I get to fish with cool people. That's what it's about for me. That's why
Well,
I
I
work
sure
this
hope
hard.
you have us back again.
But anyways, I'm going to end the podcast today. I sure will. And Gary Bourne just says fishing is therapy. It certainly is my therapy, Gary.
It is.
Yes,
It is.
But
very-
anyways,
yes,
y'all
yes.
stick around. I'd like to
Okay.
talk to y'all after I end the podcast.
Okay.
And
All
good
right.
night, guys. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Y'all have a great
Y'all.
evening.